Welcome to the online class. Dear students, today you are going to meet a new teacher. Your old teacher, Father Jithin, has got transferred. My name is Father Jose. You may find a little difficult in understanding me because you are new to me and I am also new to you. My style of pronunciation, my style of speaking, my style of English, you may not understand easily. Don't worry. You can, after listening to me for a couple of times, you can understand me. So I am going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 9 in the grammar book, the sentence. Look at these set of words. I love my mother. Where have you been? In each of these sets of words, something has been said. Such group of words arranged in a specific order so that they make complete sense are called sentences. So, in a simple way, a sentence is a group of words having a complete sense. A sentence is a group of words having a complete sense. Remember, a sentence always starts with a capital letter. A sentence always starts with a capital letter. Be careful. It is very important. You should remember. When you write a sentence, the beginning letter should be capital letter. It ends with a full stop, an exclamation, or a question mark. If it is an assertive sentence, you have to use full stop. If it is an exclamation, you use exclamation mark. If it is a question, you have to use question. Rearrange the following words to make correct sentences. Add the correct punctuation where needed. So, in this exercise, certain words are given, but they are in not proper order. So, it is no sense at all. When you put these words in proper order, it has meaning. The first example is planet warmer the getting. These are the words are juggled. Is planet warmer the getting. So no meaning at all. So the proper order is the planet getting warmer? Is the planet getting warmer? The punctuation is question mark. Second, population increasing world the is. Second, population increasing world the is. Here the question, the proper word is the world population increasing? Is the world population increasing? That is again question mark. Third one, English is an international language. English is an international language. You have to put stop, period or full stop. Here words are using in a not in a order. International English language is an. So you have to do the remaining exercises. When forming a sentence, we name a person or thing and then say something about that person or thing. When forming or making a sentence, we name first a person or a thing and then say something about that person. The person or thing named is called the subject of the sentence, and what we say about the person or thing is called predicate. Subject and predicate. Very important. The person or thing named is called the subject of the sentence, and what we say about the person or thing is called the predicate. Example, Priya dances. Second, Rafi sings beautifully. Third, the three men sail in a boat. In each of the sentences above, the words in the blue form the predicate, while the words in red letter form the subject. So, when you learn this chapter, you have to look your textbook also. Then only you can see the color. In the screen, it is also color abroad. Okay. In each of the sentence above, the words, okay. The predicate must always have a verb for the sentence to complete. The predicate must always have a verb for the sentence to be complete. In a sentence, the subject usually comes first and is followed by the predicate. Generally speaking, in a sentence, the subject comes first, then the predicate is followed. Sometimes, however, it may be placed after the predicate. Sometimes we put the subject after the predicate. This is often used in literary, poetic expressions. Example, around the garden ran the naughty children. So, the naughty children is the subject. Around the garden ran, that is the predicate. But the predicate comes first and the subject comes next. Silently follow the river. Again, the river is the subject, but it comes last. Silently followed is the predicate. In sentences which express an order or request, the subject is always you, but it is understood and not stated. This is very important. This kind of sentence is called imperative sentences. In the imperative sentences, the subject is not mentioned, but it is understood. The subject will be you. Example, open the door. The meaning is you open the door. Never talk to strangers. The meaning is you should never talk to strangers. Exercise 2. Identify the subject and predicate in the following sentences and put them in appropriate column in the table below. So in the textbook, you can find out a table and you have to write subject and predicate. Okay, I will do the first exercise. Tarun is quite late. Tarun subject, he is quite late is object. Out of the trees flew the birds. The birds is subject. Out of the tree flew is the predicate. So do the remaining exercises. Now another important chapter. Okay. Types of sentences. That's very important. For learning grammar, you will be able to find out what type of sentence is this. So in English, there are 4 types of sentences. Declarative or assertive sentences. Declarative, D-E-C-L-A-R-A-T-I-V or assertive sentences. Second, imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. Third, interrogative sentences. Fourth, exclamatory sentences. First, declarative or assertive sentences. Sentences that state something are called declarative or assertive sentences. Sentences that state something are called declarative or assertive sentences. A declarative sentence makes only a statement. Look at example. This may be a statement or an affirmative statement. That is, statement may be positive or yes, or affirmative statement. It could be no or negative statement. That is, none, never, not, no one, or a negative statement. Father John is the principal of the school. Affirmative. I did not eat the cake. Negative. So, I shall explain once more. Declarative or assertive sentences are statements. The statements can be yes, that is positive, or no, that is negative. The negative statement we will find those words none, never, not, no, no one. None, never, not, no one. The formation of negative. Negative words like no, none, never, not, no one are used to change assertive sentences to the negative. Assertive sentence or declarative positive sentences, to make it to negative, we use one of these words. No, none, never, not, no one, etc. There are chocolates in the fridge. There are no chocolates in the fridge. All the boys were hired. None of the boys was hired. I am always tired. I am never tired. This is a good movie. This is not a good movie. Everyone felt the earthquake. No one felt the earthquake. So, these are some examples of affirmative sentences or positive sentences and negative sentences. Some rules to change the assertive to the negative. Forms of the verb be. Be is a general word of group of verbs. The different forms of be are the following: am, is, are, was, were, shall be, will be, being, been. These are the different forms of the verb be, be. And have, it is to say verb to have. It has also the following forms: has, have, had, having, been, having been. These are the will have and shall have. These are the different forms of verb have. Forms of the verb be and have change to the negative by adding not, or it is shortened form n apostrophe t after the verb. So that in a simple way I can say once more, we use the different forms of verb be and have plus not to make an assertive sentence into negative. Look at the example. Peter isn't a good athlete. Here is not is shortened isn't. They aren't at home today. Arathi hasn't a clue about the party. Here is are the different forms of verb be. Has is the different form of verb have. When helping words are used with the main verb or auxiliary verb, helping verbs, another word is auxiliary verb, are used with the main verb, change the sentence to the negative by adding not, or it is shortened form of en apostrophe t between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Kajal is not baking a cake. The Vermas aren't planning a holiday now. In sentences which do not have helping verbs, the appropriate form of the auxiliary verb do and the word not are added before the main verb. There are verbs in a sentence that do not have auxiliary verb. Example, present tense, past tense. They do not have auxiliary verb. In sentences which do not have helping verbs, the appropriate form of the auxiliary verb do and the word do not are added before the main verb. You have to understand this little more detail. In another way I am saying, if the verb is present tense singular, you have to use does plus not. If it is present tense plural, you have to use not. If the verb, the given sentence is past tense, you have to use did plus not to make it negative. Example, he went to the market yesterday. The verb is went. That is past tense. The negative is he did not go to the market yesterday. She writes a poem. Here writes is present tense. There is no auxiliary. The negative is she does not write a poem. They clean the classroom. They clean, C-L-E-A-N, the classroom. That is the negative. So verb is clean, that is present tense plural. So the negative we have to use do plus not. They do not clean the classroom. Okay, here in the textbook you can see some examples and look at and find out. When models like can, could, may, should are used in affirmative sentences, the word not is added between the modal and the main verb. So can, could, may, should are called modal auxiliaries. If you have a modal auxiliary in a sentence, you have to use not after the modal auxiliary before the main verb. Example, Jania can write well. Can write is the verb and can is the modal auxiliary. The negative is Jania cannot write well. So not comes between modal auxiliary and main verb. Can plus not plus write is cannot. We generally say cannot and not cannot. Sorry. We may go to Chennai next week. We may go to Chennai next week. We may not go to Chennai next week. May modal auxiliary, go main verb, negative not comes between the auxiliary and go. The following sentences change affirmative sentences to negative sentences and the negative sentence to affirmative sentences. He does not attend school regularly. That's a negative sentence. The positive affirmative is he attends school regularly. ATTENDS, attends school regularly. You have no time. That is negative. Affirmative, we have plenty of time. The young man is honest in his work. That is affirmative. Negative, the young man is not honest in his work. So the remaining exercise, you can do that. When you do, you look at the verb. If there is a modal auxiliary there, then use not after modal auxiliary, then use the main verb. If there is verb be, then simply add not to the verb in the form of the verb be. If the verb is one of the forms of the verb have, then you have to use after not before have. Imperative sentences. Imperative sentences express a request or advice or give an order or a command. So if our sentence is a request, it is an imperative sentence. If it is an advice, it is an imperative sentence. If it is an order or a command, it is called imperative sentences. So imperative sentences consist of request, advice, give an order or command. Imperative sentences always end with full stop or exclamation mark. Imperative sentences always end with a full stop. Most probably full stop, some cases exclamation mark. Example, get out of the room. Get out of the room. Here it is not full stop, it is exclamation. Always speak the truth. That's an advice, so it is full stop. Do not park here. It is also a prohibition or a command, can use full stop. In imperative sentences, the subject you is understood. When making request, please is used at the beginning of the sentence. So you have to be careful what I am going to tell you. So there are questions to find out what type of sentence is this. To find out the sentence, what type of sentence is this? If there is a full stop, it is a statement. If there is a question mark, it is an interrogative sentence or question sentence. And in the case of imperative sentence, it is period or exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. But you may find difficult to find out what type of sentence is this. It looks like a statement or assertive sentence. But what you have to do is try to find out the subject in that sentence. If the subject is not mentioned, but it is understood, then it is imperative sentence. Once more I am repeating, very important. In a sentence, if the subject is not mentioned, but we know that the subject, we understood the subject, then that is imperative sentence. The subject is in imperative sentence, subject is always you. Now change the following sentences to imperatives. സമയം 24